no rag anywhere. Oh, shave me beard off. We've got problems in our narrowboat bedroom. No, not them problems. We're changing the bed direction. It's a bit of a squeeze at the moment, so changing the direction should give us a little bit more room. This is going to test all of my skill and a lot of Debbie's patience. And Tango's not right happy about the upheaval either. Let's crack on. Day 2 of the bedroom build. The only problem with working in a narrowboat is there ain't no room for nothing. All that stuff there has to be shifted before I can even start work. And it's a blustery old day outside, so I'm not going to be really able to chop in wood and that outside, because as well as the wind, there's rain coming, and you're on a boat, you're rocking around. So today's job will be to finish off moving the water tank. I've been shopping for all the little bits and bobs. So we'll get the water tank done, the hot water tanks out of the way, and put it in its new position, and then we can do a rough mock-up of the actual bed frame itself, the bottom of the bed. What I didn't notice, which is something I should have really thought about, was the swim is going to affect the depth of the drawers in the cupboard. I hadn't thought of that until last night. I was sat there and I went, oh. So we're going to have to look and see how much room we lose because of that swim there, just down there. See how much that gets in the way. It shouldn't take up too much room. I think it's about 6 inches in one point. So we'll see anyway, and we'll if it doesn't work, we'll just have to sort something else out. There we go, work area is all cleared up, ready for me to get at that hot water tank, or cauliflower. So what I've got to do is undo this and unwire it. I'm not connected to any 240 volt, so there's no actual power in there. I've got to test it to check that, which I will do. Then I've got to blank off this pipe, this pipe, this pipe and this pipe. So they're the hot and cold water. Well, it's the water feed for the hot and the hot water. Sorry, start again. So this is the feed. This one here is the feed into the top of the tank. That's the cold water feed that comes from the water tank. And this one here is for the hot water to go out of. So I'm just going to turn that off. And I'll probably snip that somewhere across this bit here, somewhere around there. These two here are the inlet and outlet for the engine. That is what makes the water hot. I've got a little bit of corrosion on there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, let's get it. Yeah, I seem to have a bit of corrosion there. So this probably is, well, it probably came with the boat, this. I don't think it's a newish one. So anyway, so we're going to snip the pipes, but to do that I have to stop the feed from the water tank coming in. So I'll switch the pump off. And what I'll have to do is snatch these, what we call snatching in the trade. So I'll cut it, put stop ends on, and hopefully we won't lose too much water. So I'm going to need a bucket as well. So a bucket, that. I don't want to mix any coolant with any water, so I have to be careful when I'm doing this section here. When I snip those, we'll do the best we can not to make a mess, because I don't want to lose too much coolant. It's bad enough bleeding that thing as it is. So there we go. Right. Anything else I've got to think of? Yeah. So I was going to use these fittings. They're just normal speed fittings. But I spoke to my plumber mate, and he said that I'd probably be better using these ones here, because they have a special metal gripper that goes on. And then I sort of was looking at the other side of the on the engine side, and I saw that, well, you can see it here, there's compression fittings So I thought, well, I've got a load of compression fittings, I might as well use them. They don't cost me much. So I've bought one or two just to make sure I've got enough, but I think I should be able to get away with not using too many of them, so I can take them back and get my money back if I want. There we are, I'm going to crack on. So I'm going to use this nifty piece of kit for cutting the pipe. Borrowed it off my mate Steve. Cheers, Steve. So all I'm going to do is chop through, and I'm going to snatch the ends, and I'm going to put on, just blank it off with some of these stop ends, and they'll just hold the water in while I put some other bits and bobs on, but I'll come to them later on. So I've shut the pump off, I've closed down that. I can't do much about the coolant side of things because there isn't really any way of stopping the water coming through, so I'm just going to have to do the best I can and quickly, as quick as I can, just blank off the ends. Oh, that could be an idea. Oh, I need my bucket. Bucket, can I have a bucket, love? Is it in? So I think the first one that I'm going to cut is this pipe here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to cut this pipe here, and I'll blank it off with these two. I've got my bucket ready, so that any water that does go in there does come out, goes straight in there. I'll cut it fairly down this way a bit, so that I can move, when I move this over, I've not got too much tail left over. And whatever I cut off there, I'm going to use to lengthen the other side out for the cooling system. Let's go. Are we ready? I hope so. This is something else. I haven't got knee pads in my pants at the moment, but I do have a knee pad. Safety on these from getting too damaged. So, moment of truth. Let's give it a go, see what we can do. I hope I don't make too much of a mess of this. Are we ready? Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah, that didn't go according to plan.
We got water everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Do I need to come and have a look?
You will do in a minute. Right, let's do the next one. And this time we'll try not to make such a mess. Here we go again. That wasn't too bad, that one. So as you can see, I've just cut the tails, left them like that. The tank is actually going to go here because the wall, it's going to be about here, yeah, somewhere like here. So that's those two cut. I'm going to take this electrical connector off next. That's my next job. Yeah, and then I'm going to, the ends I'm just going to tape off. I've got a little connector somewhere. Do that job. I've got a little connector there, that's going to go on the end of here. So now I better, oh look, there's water everywhere. Don't look. Take a photograph of that wiring system so I know for future. Going to use this bit of rag just to soak up this excess water. There's a little bit of it spilled on the floor. So that's all disconnected. I've already taken a photograph to show me how to put it back together. So I'm now just going to put on this electrical connector here just to, so that if anything does get plugged in accidentally, which I don't think it will, we're not near any 240 volt anyway, but if anything gets plugged in, it's not going to blow up or cause a fire or anything like that. There we are, put a little bit of electrical tape around there just to make sure that there's nothing, no bare wires showing at all. And we'll just tuck it down there for now. This carpet is just for a bit of insulation, really. It keeps things from rubbing, and also keeps it a bit warmer in there. So next thing to do the coolant pipes. So I'll take them out, snatch the coolant pipes, and then we're ready to move the tank. Okay, so I'm going to just take that stop end off there, and I'm going to fit this blanking valve on there. It's an isolating valve, really. This, you just turn that screw in that direction to there, and there's a little bit inside there that blocks off that, stops any water coming through. So I'm going to turn that now before I do anything. And you might be able to see if I do it like that. Right. You might be able to see if I do that. Hopefully it's in focus. There you go. So that's blanked off. I'm also going to put on some of these. The pipe inserts and the support. What they do is they support the plastic pipe. So I've got a bit of pipe here actually. So what these do is these slot into the end of the pipe like that, and they just provide a bit of support. So when I actually put this on to here and tighten it up with the olive, it won't crush the pipe. This will help make it stronger. I'm using just 15mm isolating valves. For the coolant side of things, I'm going to be using the big bore, so it's full bore 15mm pipe isolating valves. Right, better get on with this and we'll see if it works. This nut goes on first, then the olive, then the isolating valve, and I just do that tight. So I'm just doing that hand tight. There's no actual water coming through there at the moment, so it's not actually providing any pressure. This one will definitely need to be done in a specific way, and what I've forgotten to do is mark which one goes where. So I better do that now. Let's mark that up. I might have to look at the video over that. Oh well, I'll look back on the video and then I'll mark them up correctly. I've cut the pipes and got which ones away.
Are you kidding?
No, so I'll have to look back on the video to see. Okay, what we're going to attempt to do now, this is the one that splashed me, well, splashed everywhere. I'm going to try and drain this bit down so that I can fit another isolating valve on like that one. Well, this should go well. What I know is if the pump kicks in, I'll know that I haven't switched it off. Oh. There we go.
That didn't do too badly.
No, pump's not kicking in. So what I can do now is I'll just pick it up like that. Stick this pipe insert in like that. And remember to put the nut and the olive on, and then the isolating valve. Just tighten her up. Now I know what everyone's going to say, and that's I should put PTFE tape on there, and I will do in a bit. That's why I haven't really gone mad and tightened them up properly.
Do you remember where the PTFE tape is?
Yeah, right there. So I've got PTFE tape, and I will do all the stuff, but I'll do it at the end. I'm just getting those two on because I need these two connectors. Right, next job is to cut this top pipe here and isolate that. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a bucket in there, so I might just have to risk it and mop up the mess afterwards. It's amazing how much water can escape in just a couple of seconds, but we'll give it a go. Are we ready? So what I've got in here is I've got the water in the tank and the water that's in there. There shouldn't be too much, but we're ready. Oh, I don't really want to do this.
Well, should we put like a milk bottle or something under
Have
it?
we got one? Have we got a milk bottle somewhere?
I'll go and have a look.
Go and have a look for a milk bottle and we'll reconvene in a minute.
Okay.
Ooh,
Will that do?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get it in there. You know what? Bloody won't.
Can you not bend it?
It'll do this. No, it won't really. It'll do the top one, but it won't do the bottom one. Anyway, are we ready? Should we give it a go?
Oh, I'm already recording.
Oh, cracky. Get everything to hand. Don't want to drink any of this antifreeze, it's not nice. Right, 1, 2. Oh, well, that wasn't bad at all. Shows that I've got an airlock in the system. I'm wondering whether this is bunged up with stuff. Anyway, that was a lot less. Yeah, it was a lot less messing than I thought. So, should we try the bottom one?
That one will.
Yeah, gosh, everywhere. I know it will.
Yeah.
Bloody things. Right, let's give it a go. Where's me stop ends? There's me stop ends. Are we ready? So there was a little bit of water in there. We're ready. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Again, that one's not too bad either. There we are.
Woohoo! Oh no.
You. Okay. So what I can do now, I think, is I'm going to put this big bore. So this is the big bore isolating valve I was talking about. So it's 15 mil straight the way through. So with the other ones, they sort of reduce where the actual thing is, but this don't. So that should be good enough for on the engine bit there, and that'll let a free flow of stuff. And if I ever need to change the tank, I can just isolate it off, change the tank over, put the new pipe in. Bob's your uncle.
Hannah's your aunt.
Well, he's actually my nephew, Bob. There we are. Anyway, right, let's go for it, let's do it. So I've got to do a pipe insert, put this on, put some PTFE tape around it first, shall we? Let's do it proper. Now, one thing about PTFE is you've got to remember which way the you've got to find the end first. Where's the end of it? Bloody end.
Was that not the end, that bit there?
I don't know, it must have got all cutted up somehow. No, that can't be the end. No, it is. That's the end. So I'll pull that off there. So, which way does it tighten on? So it goes that way. So the nut tightens on in a
Clockwise fashion.
So I'm going to do the PTFE that way as well. Here we go. Oh, maybe not. Come on, you. Plenty on there, and this will just stop it. Metal doesn't really like sealing to metal, so this will just help to create a watertight seal. There we go. So there we go, pipe insert. So here we go, this is the bottom one. I'll take that off like that. Pipe insert, in you go. Not olive. Big bore isolating valve. I'll just tighten her on like that. I have turned her off as well, so that's turned into the actual valve is turned, so it's blocked off, so no water should come out of there at all now. So all we need to do now is just tighten that up, and we should be alright then. There, because that's something now. Make sure that is there properly. Yeah, lovely. Okay, that is solid and not leaking. Excellent. Just turning that. That's better. There we go. That's not leaking. So let's try the other one. There we go, neither of those are dripping. That's the engine bit sorted. Now what I've got to do is move the tank. So I'll have a bit of a tidy up and then I'll come back and I'll move it. I'm going to see how heavy it is first, and then I might move it off camera so you don't hear me grunting and groaning.
Brew time?
Ooh yeah, let's have a cup of brew. Crikey, what a busy day. Loads done, and it's time for a brew. This video seems to be going on quite a long time. We do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, why not give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and if you click that little bell icon, YouTube will mither you next time we release one. I reckon we'll call it a draw for this one. Till next time.